this video, I will be showing you how to link upcharges in your contracts. For this example, I will be using Windows and the detailed image line item. So for these windows, the upcharge that I want to pull over is going to be tempered glass. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an additional detailed line item into my contract here to work with. Now, for this upcharge, I'm going to want to pull over the name of the upcharge, tempered glass, and then on this side, I want it to say included if I've added that upcharge to my specific window in the estimate. So first, I'm going to show you how to bring over the upcharge's name. To do this, we're going to need to use placeholders. If you click over to our documentation, you can see the list of placeholders for upcharges, and they are different than what we have for all of our other placeholders. These here you can see have identifier .name or identifier .note. So you might be thinking, what does the identifier portion of this placeholder mean? Well, to get this identifier, we're going to have to go to our price guide. Now in the price guide, the identifier placeholder comes from the identifier field in our price guide. If you don't see this column here underneath your upcharges, you're going to need to turn it on underneath active columns and then just make sure this box here identifier is checked off. So we have our upcharge tempered glass, and I need to assign it an identifier that we can use as part of our placeholder. So my identifier for this one, I'm just going to call it tempered. Keep it really simple, all lowercase, just the word tempered. Now that we have our identifier in here, we can go back to our placeholders, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this first placeholder here, identifier.name, because I want to bring over the name tempered glass into our contract. So I'm going to go ahead and click on our new title here, paste in our placeholder. I'm going to go ahead and delete the identifier portion, and I'm going to type in the identifier that we just entered into our price guide, tempered. And just one thing to note, our identifier here needs to be spelled exactly the way that you have it typed into the price guide. So if it's all lowercase, make sure you have it typed in all lowercase right here. Now, when we add our tempered glass upcharge to a specific window in our estimate, when we go to the contracts, it will automatically pull over the name tempered glass into this spot right here on our contract. Now, in our value field, I want it to say included if we've entered tempered glass to our estimate. So to do this, it's going to be a little different. We're going to need to use a custom placeholder. So I'm going to go back to our price guide. If I click on the Edit Placeholder button, it will bring up a form where I can enter in a custom placeholder. To do this, I just need to click the Add button here. It's going to require a name for our placeholder and also what will go into that field when we use the placeholder. I want our contract to say included when I add tempered glass to our estimate. And for the placeholder, I'm going to keep it really simple, and I'm just going to use the word included as a placeholder as well. And hit done. Make sure to save this. Now back to our placeholder documentation. If I scroll all the way down to the bottom of the Upcharges placeholder section, I can see in here that we have a placeholder for identifier dot any placeholder from the custom placeholders. So I'm going to use this to bring over the information that I want into our contract. So I'm copying it, and then under new value after tempered glass, I'm going to go ahead and paste in this placeholder template. Now the first part here, our identifier is going to be tempered again. So that's identifying that we're getting the placeholder, the custom placeholder from the tempered upcharge. Then we're going to use the custom placeholder we just added, included. So the way this works is when we add tempered glass upcharge to our specific window, this line will automatically add to our contract, and in this field it will say tempered glass, the name of the upcharge tempered glass, and on this side it will say included if we've added it to our estimate. Now that we've used these placeholders, the last thing that we need to do is link this window field to our price guide. So to do that, I'm clicking on Windows, then going to Settings, Link Measure Sheet Items, and underneath the Windows category, I'm going to make sure that all of my window products are selected. I'm going to hit Done. Then we just need to save our document, and that's how you link up charges in your contracts.